Number 75, it's Bork, Bork, Bork. Your co-captain of the Manic Attackers, number 81, Ruth Anasia. Let's hear it for 00, Kamikaze. All rookie for the Manic Attackers, number 116, Mac Savage. A transfer from the Chicago outfit, it's number 13, Gulita. 1337, Ada Hateless. Since day one, Mo Vengeance, number 22. Give it up for number 24, Rocketru. Number 27, it's Zoe Trocious. Number 286, Allison Chains. Number 67, Funkadelic. Number 9 Lives, Steven Tyler. Number 90, it's Norma Lee Wright. Number 98, give it up for Beth Amphetamine. Assisted on the bench, we have number 312, Meanie Baby. FTW, or WTF. That is Angel Dust, Bro, 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 and Justice, Feel Good, Marshall. Let's hear it for Chicago's own, the Manic Attackers.
And they'll be taking the track tonight against Mad Rollin Dolls 2012 undefeated champions, the Quad Squad. She's 18 feet long and strong. She's Team Co-Captain Alligator. Number 8, she'll get rid of you before you know it. She's Gouda Riddance. Number 297, she's hazed and far from confused. She's hazed and contused. Number 30, you're gonna want a shot of her. She's hopscotch. 8-piece, our very own secret recipe. She's Kentucky Fried Carnage. All 8, she'll knock your boots off. She's Kit Shickers. 1904, she's slippery. Even when she's not wet, she's KY Julie. 69, she steals points like candy from a baby. Give it up for Little Misbehavin'. You 812, she'll have you shaking in your bones. She's Lolo Bones. Number 1884, she's Foxy. She's your co-captain, Roxy Moxie. Number 409, the gates are open and she's chomping at the bit. She's She Biscuit. She's a B-52 bombshell. She's the Sequin Destroyer. Number 313, look out Windy City. We've released the Hound. She's Slayhound. Number M80, she'll thrill you, then she'll spill you. She's your team co-captain, the Thrill Show. And running the bench tonight is Marshall Law and Dame Judy Bench. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 Quad Squad.
Our head ref for this particular bout is Zadork. He's also acting as an inside pack ref. Also from the inside pack refs of the Windy City Rollers, we've got Gul Dukacha. Jam refs include Polly Wog and Elkie Holick. The outside pack refs are Whistler, Stabby McDudebro, and Stark Raving Mad. The referee alternate is Eddie Lizard. The penalty wrangler is Benjamin Spranklin. The penalty trackers are Nowhere to Heidi and Mona Zones. The inside whiteboard operator is Guru. I'll tell you more later.
All right, last but not least, I'd like to say a special thank you so much to the medical staff from the Windy City Rollers. Papa and Mama Doc, Papa and Mama have been at every single practice, every single game for the last 9 years. Thank you so much. Hopefully we won't have to see you on the track. But on the track right now, I do see number 9 lives. That's Steven Tyler wearing the Jam Star for the Windy City Rollers. Manic Attackers, but it looks like we have a lead jammer in green, Jack.
Is B52, the Sequin Destroyer.
Out on the track, we have Ruthanasia, Tamikaze, Allison Chains, and Bork making up the blocking pack for the Windy City Rollers. And it looks like Tamikaze is going to the penalty box for a clockwise major. Steven Tyler now out of the box, out of the pack. She picked up 4 points on her first pass through.
Real nice pack defense there by the Manic Trackers. They lured a Sequin Destroyer right into the midst of all 4 of them. They collapsed right on her in sort of a diamond-like torture cell.
And it looks like we're going to call it even Steven as each team picked up 4 points on the first pass. 29 minutes to go. We're going to start the second jam of the first period underway. Facing off is number 27, that is Zoe Atrocious, and she's taking time against Roxy Moxie, number 1884.
And all kinds of humanity sliding right. But sneaking out to the outside for the Manic Attackers, that is Zoe Atrocious, your lead jammer, number 27.
Looks like 30-year Hopscotch is going to be going to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. That means that she was linked with another blocker on her team as the Manic Attacker Zoe Atrocious tried to break through. She did not let go, so she went to the penalty box. 4 points picked up by Zoe. It's going to be 4 on the board for the Quad Squad, 8 for the Manic Attackers, Jack.
Absolutely, as Sequin Destroyer puts the star back on for the Quad Squad, we have number 22.
Mo Vengeance for the Manic Attackers. She's actually been a Manic Attacker since the inception of the Windy City Rollers. Took 1 year off to go skate in Angel City for a little bit in LA. Came right back, couldn't quit the crazy, came right back to the Manic Attackers. But around the outside, who do we got for lead jammer, Jack?
We have the Sequin Destroyer for your 2013 Quad Squad.
We're clearly in for a fast-paced bout. We started our third jam with less than 2 minutes elapsed off the game clock. Let's see how that plays. Oh, nice hip block thwarts the apex jump, and that's going to allow Mo Vengeance, and that's the best kind, to sneak through for 4 points.
That was a great protection of the line by number 24, Wrecking True of the Manic Attackers, staying in, sensing that the jammer for the Quad Squad, Sequin Destroyer, was going to be doing an apex job. She blocked that wall off for Sequin Destroyer, Jack. But in the end, Sequin did pick up any points on this last pass? No. Yes, actually, correction. Looks like she picked up 4 on that last pass. Nice work, Sequin.
Speaking of Windy City, we have a recent transfer to the Quad Squad. She-Biscuit joined us from Chicago.
On the jammer line for the first time tonight for the Quad Squad, that's number Giddy Up 409, She-Biscuit. She is going up against number 9 lives, Steven Tyler in the blue and the yellow of the visiting Manic Trackers.
A lot of 9 going on here. We got Steven Tyler, number 9, 409, She-Biscuit, and number 90, normally right, 90, sitting in the penalty box. We do have a lead jammer. It is going to be Steven Tyler, Norb.
Oh, it's just going to break out a lame White Album reference with the number 9. Luckily, things started happening on the track and we don't have to descend to that level. Oh my goodness, we have a grand slam for the Manic Trackers. That is 5 points for the visiting Chicagoans, courtesy of Steven. What did I say? I was thinking strange attractors because I just saw the Jurassic Park issue.
No, they're just attacking maniacally. That's the name, the Manic Attackers.
Did I say attractors?
And Steven Tyler is out for another 5 points, Norb.
I'm from Wisconsin. I got tractors on the brain. That is another grand slam. Val Capone, meanwhile. Quad Squad being hemmed up at that back of that pack by that staunch Manic Attackers defense.
Number M80, the captain of the Quad Squad. Thrill Show sitting in the penalty box taking a rest as Steven Tyler picks up 5 more points, cutting up the inside for the Manic Attackers. Nice wall of green being formed up at the back, but can it stop Steven? Steven cuts to the outside. Nice assist from Bork as Lil Misbehavin' tries to slow her down, but she cannot. 5 more points picked up by Steven Tyler on that last pass.
Meanwhile, Seabiscuit is going to have ample opportunity to figure out whether she likes landing on the infield or the outfield better, because she has been knocked to both by that harrying Manic attractor. I can't say Manic attackers. I keep saying Manic attrackers.
Well, congratulations. You just said Manic attackers. I'm very proud of you, my friend.
I can only say it in if I negate an earlier error.
No takebacks, huh?
I'm going to call them the strange attractors.
Allison Chain's doing a great job of holding back Seabiscuit, but excuse me, she got out of the pack now, and she is eligible to score. Seabiscuit is picking up points as Steven Tyler picked up a track cut. So she did pick up 3 points on that last pass, but Steven Tyler is going to be starting the next jam in the penalty box, Jack.
Absolutely. And we have a first. We have a shout-out haiku.
Oh, I love a good haiku.
The Reservoir Dolls, fill my spirit and my heart. Saturday night joy.
A beautiful, beautiful usage of some 575. Hopefully you dropped about $5 in the donation box to help raise money for the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. Let's get back to the action on the track. Norb, who's out there?
I'll tell you, the Quad Squad are starting out in a power jam situation with Roxy Moxie, number 1884, in the bold green and silver of your hometown Quad Squadians. Referees indicate no pack. That's going to allow Roxy Moxie to almost sneak through. Ruth and Asia has to let her go. Lead jammer is Roxy Moxie of the Quad Squad.
Ruth and Asia was doing a great job of slowing down Roxy Moxie, but Roxy Moxie turned on the afterburners, kept those feet moving, forcing herself along the way to get out past Ruth and Asia to pick up lead jammer. Nice work, Roxy Moxie.
I don't actually know what afterburners are, but I know they're awesome. Anyway, speaking of awesome, Manic attackers controlling the front of that pack and beleaguering Roxy Moxie, attempting to stop her from...
Great job by Tamakasi forcing out the jammer, but then Kit Schicker is doing an excellent job of hitting the hitter, if you will. Whenever somebody takes your jammer out or another player out, the best thing to do is get that girl down on the ground or out of bounds, which is exactly what Kit did. Nice work by Kit. Roxy facing off against, well, Ruth and Asia and Ada Hatelace holding down that line like it's Fort Knox they're protecting, as Steven Tyler is back out of the pack and now eligible to score. Roxy calls a jam, Jack.
And we have a tweet question at Ask MRD. Chris wants to know, what's the over-under on Alligator's helmet cam making it through the end of the bout unscathed? Well, at about 7.5 minutes into the first half, it's gone already, so there's your answer.
On the jammer line for the Quad Squad, wearing the green and the silver, that is 6T9, a little misbehaving. She is going up against number 27 in the blue and the yellow of the Manic attackers. It's so atrocious, but it is. Yeah, Quad Squad hometown heroes, lead jammer, courtesy of Little Misbehaving.
And you can keep cheering because that was Little Misbehaving's 100th career lead jam with the Mad Rollin Dolls.
All right, so we have another shout out. I do believe it's actually from a Windy City Roller photographer, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Gil Leora made a donation. He also has been with the Windy City Rollers since 2004. Whoa. He wants to say, on behalf of the Windy City Rollers, we would like to say thank you to Mad Rollin Dolls for being amazing and hosting us so many times. Each one of our home teams have come here this season, so thank you so much. And Midwest is best, and here's the proof right here on the track, as we have a heated jammer duel right here, Norb.
We have a lot of impact and a lot of contusions being doled out, jamming for the Quad Squad, and now way in the back of the pack is number 8 piece, that is Kentucky Fried Carnage. However, it is number 22, Mo Vengeance, the lead jammer for the Manic attackers of Chi-Town.
But it looks like KFC is out of the pack now, much to the crowd's delight. Mo Vengeance gets through. Let's see how many points she picked up. That's going to be 4 more points for the Windy City Rollers, Jack.
And we have another shout out. Well, I'm going to edit this one slightly. To Vic, thanks for bringing me to my first roller derby bout, America's new sport. And we have another person asking about the striped helmets. Those are pivots. They control the pack speed, and they can become the jammer if the jammer does what's called a star pass and passes their helmet cover to the pivot. they can take over as the jammer.
And not only that, but they can also have the unfortunate privilege of being assessed penalties in the event the officials are not sure who to dictate a penalty to, like if a bench coach or something were to act out of turn, they could then assess the penalties to the pivot. It's kind of a bummer,
So
but
kind of a whipping boy.
yes. So Steven Tyler is out of the pack, Norb.
I believe that might be a grand slam. That's 5 more points for the Manic Attackers, who started this jam with a 30-point lead. Jammer for the Quad Squad is another 30. That is number 30 year. That is Hops Scott. She is now on her scoring pass. The bad news for her is that Manic Attackers are now on their second scoring pass, having picked up 9 unanswered points in this jam.
Coincidentally, the same number on the back of her jersey. Bork, 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 number 75, going to the penalty box for being out of play, Jack.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
And we have another shout out. Quad Squad, activate!
I think the fans like that one. Quad Squad, activate. By the way, we got another one here. A little bit of love, so please keep them coming. From Julius, Lydia, guess what? So happy he could be here. So happy he could come to Madison. Love you, baby.
On and off that jammer line for the Manic Attackers. That's number 27. That is Zoe Trocious, and she is your lead jammer. Her opposite number for the Quad Squad in the green and the silver is number B52. That is Sequin Destroyer. Meanwhile, the aforementioned Quad Squad suddenly shedding 2 blockers in the space of a heartbeat.
Yeah, one of them is that pivot. You'll see both the pivots for the team, that stripe helmet cover. Each of them are sitting in the penalty box. And Zoe Trocious is out of the pack now, picked up 4 points on that last pass. No pack called by the refs. Pack quickly reforms Alligator and Kentucky Fried Carnage with excellent pack awareness. 4 points picked up by Zoe Trocious on that last pass, Jack.
Absolutely, and she called off that jam while the Manic Attackers could maintain their 4-2 pack advantage. Or 3-2 pack advantage, sorry. And we have another shout out.
Back on the jammer
Brings
line.
Window Fashions supports Kentucky Fried Carnage of the Quad Squad.
Manic Attackers. And she's going up against number 1884 in the green and the silver. That is Roxy Moxie of your Quad Squad.
Now the penalty box for the Quad Squad is a little full for the liking of martial law and the benching staff of the Quad Squad. Only one Manic Attacker blocker in the box and one Manic Attacker lead jammer is Mo Vengeance. Number 22 out first and legally, but right hot on her trail is Roxy Moxie. Mo Vengeance doing a little jammer D, trying to get around as many people as she can to pick up some points. Alligator staying on 1 foot with nice precision. Mo calls the jam, but let's see if she could do it in time. 3 points picked up by Mo, but 2 points picked up by Roxy Moxie, Jack.
A 1 point net. But this game is a game one point at a time.
Anyways, 64 for the Manic Attackers. That's 2 to the 6th power. 20 for your Quad Squad on the jammer line. Number 69, a little misbehaving in the green and the silver of the Quad Squad. She is going up against number 9 lives. That is Steven Tyler of the Manic Attackers, who is getting attacked herself. A little misbehaving, chasing her all over the jammer line.
Very slow wall of blue by the Manic Attackers. Big takeout on Galita by KY Julie. Nice big hit. And Little Misbehaving is out of the pack now. Looks like we have 2 skaters going to the penalty box. One of them is She Biscuit, another one the captain, Bork, 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 as Steven Tyler calls the jam after picking up 4 more points, Jack.
Thank you, Val. We have another shout out. Awesome bout, Mouse. Way to roll. You can put in your shout out, congratulate a favorite skater, welcome a Derby Virgin, or wish somebody a happy birthday at the shout out box at the merch table. We'll be accepting shout outs through halftime, about another 15 minutes.
On the jammer line for the Quad Squad in the green and the silver, that is number U812, Lolo Bones. She is going up against number 27 for the Manic Attackers. That is Zoe Trocious, who is anything but as she cruises to another lead jammerdom for the Manic Attackers.
And nice jammer takeout by Ruth and Asia, the tall, lanky co-captain and pivot of the Manic Attackers, forcing Lolo Bones, U812, love that jersey number, into the infield. Zoe Trocious out for another 5 points, Norb.
I don't know, that jersey number's a little Van Halen-y for me, Val Capone.
No, then it would be OU812.
Maybe they're simply trying to avoid copyright laws. Perhaps conforming to the rule that there's only 4 digits allowed on a... Well, never mind that. Speaking of digits, 5 digits in the sky for Zoe Trocious. That's a grand slam for the Manic Attackers.
Zoe Trocious facing down Little Misbehavin'. Little Misbehavin' with some excellent footwork, forcing Zoe into the infield. Look at the smile on Zoe's face, though, as she puts up a good fight against Little Misbehavin', eventually getting released. Alligator forcing the pivot of the Manic Attackers. Ruth and Asia into the infield, Norb.
Yeah, I'd be smiling, too, if there were only 2 people wearing the opposite colored jerseys on the track when I'm trying to skate through the pack. That makes achieving another 5-point grand slam that much less sweaty. And speaking of which, that's another grand slam for the Manic Attackers. That was a substantially big jam. I think that was 24 points.
Now, unfortunately for the hometown heroes, the Quad Squad, they're going to be starting this jam with their jammer in the penalty box, Lolo Bones. But when she gets back onto the track, she's going to have to duke it out with number 22, Mo Vengeance. Out there making up the pack, we have Ada, Haylace, Tamikaze, Funkadelic, and Beth Amphetamine for the Manic Attackers. Mo Vengeance hop, skip, and a jump right up the infield, right up the apex, Norb.
It was fancy. It was fancy and elegant. It didn't consume a whole lot of clock time. Not that that wasn't actually a concern. Anyway, Mo Vengeance on her scoring pass. Such score has been passed. That's a grand slam for the Manic Attackers. That's 5 more points, adding to the visiting Chicagoans' lead. Meanwhile, we've got a big tri-wall of blue up in front, dunking it up for UH12, Lolo Bones, who is now out and through and on her scoring pass.
Beth Amphetamine getting very vocal on the track, looking for a bit of assistance. Mo Vengeance up and trying to get past Little Misbehavin', who takes her to the outside, so Mo decides to call the jam. Looks like She Biscuit is going to the penalty box for the Quad Squad.
And just in case you're wondering who the heck the NSOs are, those orange-clad geniuses, the penalty box manager is Bookit. The penalty timers are Thaco and Fill in the Blink. The scorekeepers are Attica Smashin' and Misinformed. The scoreboard operator is Nora Leaf. Jam timer is Death Nelly. The period timer is Bentai. The lineup trackers are Meaner Teener and Rosie Belt. The NSO alt is Dread Gazebo, and the head NSO, yes, there's such a thing, is Shown Up. And Shown Up, Val Capone, the jammer once again goes to the Manic Attackers, courtesy of Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler actually is skating her first season also with the Windy City All-Stars. Oh, but unfortunately for Steven Tyler, she got a track cut. The Quad Squad fans very happy to see that, as Sequin Destroyer is the lone jammer on the track.
Make hay while the sun shines, my father once advised me. A murderous wall of blue controlling the front of that pack. Sequin Destroyer takes her lumps but gets out with a grand slam for the Quad Squad.
Sequin Destroyer once again hitting that ice wall of blue blocking. Alligator trying to tangle with Bork, Bork, Bork on the track.
And as She Biscuit leaves the penalty box, putting a Quad Squad back at full pack strength with 2 Manic Attackers in the penalty box.
And that's a track cut, unfortunately, for the jammer of the Quad Squad.
Allison Jane's doing a real nice job showing why you don't necessarily have to sell out for the big hits if you're blocking someone. You just need to nudge them in a fortuitous direction for yourself.
Steven Tyler, wiry and lean right through that pack, like she was picking a lock on a door, Norb.
I'm trying to think of a suitable Aerosmith reference. I will get back to you shortly. Steven Tyler rocks. Little fourth album trivia there. I don't know, I guess I have to draw the line somewhere.
Oh, dream on. I could have you do this all day.
I'm not going there, Jack. And that's another grand slam for the Manic Attackers, who have now busted the century mark.
And guess what? We have another shout out. This is an interesting one, I'd like to say. Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm awesome. And Beast Mode, Nate Incorporated.
And as a counterpoint to that, I have a shout out. Hi, I am awesome.
Oh.
I am Seb Inc.
Maniacal laugh.
From the shout out box. The shout out box will close at halftime of this bout. So you have 10 minutes to get your shout outs in to help Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
And that is number 27, is Zoe Trocious, a lead jammer for the Manic Attackers. Believe her opposite number is in the green, around on the inside, ducking and cover, and that's number 16-9, Misbehaving with 4 points of her own.
Nice blocking by Thrill Show and Hopscotch.
Not a lot of cheap points being earned here. You know, the jammers are fighting for every last pelvis that they pass.
Ruth and Asia going to the penalty box for the Manic Attackers. Little Misbehaving out of the pack now. 4 more points picked up by the Quad Squad as Zoe Trocious jumps out the pack to pick up 4 more points, Jack.
4 more sorely needed points in this 36-119 game. As team co-captain Allie Gator puts on the star for the Quad Squad, and number 22, Mo Tenacious?
Mo Vengeance, actually.
Mo Vengeance, sorry.
Although Mo is pretty tenacious, I'm not going to lie.
I was just assuming.
Mo Vengeance, actually a former captain of the Manic Attackers. So it's nice to see some captainship on the line. The only alligator I'll ever love is Alligator.
Well, you are not the only one. We're getting a ton of shout-outs specifically for Alligator. Alligator, you rock. Keep it up. Love, Jordan W. and Kendra F.
They are both correct. Unfortunately for Mo Vengeance, she is going to the penalty box for a block with the head.
Therefore, lead jammer for the Quad Squad, number 18 feed, Alligator.
Alligator with a nice pirouette move. Let's see a stop block being called on Beth Amphetamine wearing a vintage Manic card. The crowd is going wild as Alligator picks up 5 more points. It looks like the Quad Squad activate. Ted.
Quad Squad at full strength. Manic Attackers at the lowest legal amount of people you can have on the track, pretty much. That's a grand slam for Alligator. This has the possibility of being a get back in the gamer for the hometown green and the silver of the Quad Squad. That blocker advantage is shed by one as KY Julie takes a seat in the penalty box for the Quad Squad. Yeoman-like defense being played at the front of that pack by the Manic Attackers. However, that's another grand slam for Alligator and the Quad Squad. Blocker numbers are equalized where it counts, though it's still only jammer on the track. For now, anyways, Alligator, she is out and through once more. That is another grand slam. 5 more points for the Quad Squad.
Mo Vengeance is out of the box now and eligible to score. Ada Haylace, however, going to the penalty box for the Manic Attackers. Alligator doing everything she can to close this gap. And it looks like the jam expires. 3 points picked up by Alligator. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Quad Squad's own Alligator.
Not at all a bad jam. Back on that jammer line for the Manic Attackers in the blue and the yellow. That is number 9 Lives. That's Steven Tyler. She is going up against number 1884 of the green and the silver of the Quad Squad. That's Roxy Moxie.
Excellent 23-point jam for Alligator.
If only there was a professional athlete who had 23 as their jersey number. I thought perhaps I would just get under your skin that way. Anyway, moving right along. Hopscotch taking a seat in the penalty box for the Quad Squad. Can't think of any 23s. Nobody ever knows. Ooh, thwarts the Malachi Crunch. Exits the pack with a full 5 points for the Manic Attackers, trying to get back some of that traction they lost. Speaking of losing, number 1884, Roxy Moxie taking a seat in the penalty box for a back block. Quad Squad now down a blocker for the foreseeable future. That is a grand slam and a power jam for the Manic Attackers.
Steven Tyler around again for another 5 points. 59 on the board for the Quad Squad, 129 for the Manic Attackers. Steven Tyler is taking another crack at getting past that green wall. Can she do it? They're gonna have to, oh, it looks like we get a forearm major called on Thievin Tyler of the Manic Attackers. I mean, she was really living on the edge of that last pass through the pack, Norb.
I couldn't tell until she walked this way. Moving right along, that will cause the jammer for the Quad Squad to be sprung in a state of complete freedom. And that's Roxy Moxie, who is now attempting to make up some of the ground lost to the Manic Attackers during her stint in the seat.
Sounds like some sweet emotions are being felt by the fans of the Quad Squad as Roxy Moxie gets out of the pack once again.
Hell, no more, no more. Moving right along, Manic Attackers have gunked up the front of that pack like the blueberry pitfall from Candyland, although maybe there were just cherry pitfalls, so I can't remember. Referees indicate no pack. They have got to let Roxy Moxie go through. Clock expires, but not before a grand slam for the Quad Squad, courtesy of Roxy Moxie.
And we have another question from our @AskMRD Twitter feed. Amber would like to know, do the Mad Rollin Dolls go on the road like Windy City has come here? Yes, they do. The Vixens will be in Des Moines, Iowa on the 20th of this month, actually. And we travel all over the Midwest battling teams, any team that'll have us.
We have got Zoe Atrocious for the Manic Attackers. Number 27, she is out, she is through.
She's facing off B52, Sequin Destroyer, who gets right past Allison Chains at the top of the pack. Zoe Atrocious throws herself into the middle of the pack, gets out with ease, calls the jam, but not before picking up 4 more points, Jack.
We are 138. We are 138. At least if we're the Manic Attractors, everyone else is when I'm 64, like Sgt. Pepper. So we've got the Misfits versus the Beatles on the scoreboard. We have got number 22, Mo Vengeance, in the blue and the yellow of the Manic Attackers versus number 69, Little Misbehavin', in the green and the silver of the Quad Squad. They shall be on and off the jammer line shortly.
Mo Vengeance pushing hard on that green wall at the top of the pack as the Manic wall engages Little Misbehavin'. Wrecking True and Tamikaze doing some damage as Funkadelic has to let her go. Lead jammer status is established by Little Misbehavin'.
Manic Attackers were, I cannot say that. Manic Attackers were chasing her from side to side all the way through on her initial pass. She eventually slipped 3, and that is 4 more points for the Quad Squad.
Good call by Little Misbehavin'. She wanted to try to rack up some more points for the Quad Squad, but Mo Vengeance was right at the back of the Manic Attacker, back of the pack for the Manic Attackers. Why not call the jam, reset, see what they can get going.
And we have a shout out for Shenanigans. We hope you like your posters from Be Ill and Josh.
Back on that jammer line for the Manic Attackers, number 9 lives. That's Thievin Tyler in the blue and the yellow. She is going up against number 1884 for your hometown Quad Squad in the green and the silver, and that is Roxy Moxie. Both jammers getting buffeted as they try to escape, and around on the inside, lead jammer for the Quad Squad is Roxy Moxie. Roxy Moxie's going to eke out 1 unanswered point. It's going to be 138 to 69. Very conveniently, 138 is 2 times 69. Back on the jammer line is 3 times 3 times 3. That's 27. That's Zoe Atrocious for the Manic Attackers. Once again, she's going up against number 69, Little Misbehavin' for the Quad Squad.
And we have another shout out. Didn't get tickets to Garbage? Come see Sexy Esther at the High Noon tomorrow night. Show starts at 8 p.m. The High Noon Saloon, a proud sponsor of Mad Rollin Dolls.
And looks like no pack, looks like lead jammers being indicated on behalf of the Manic Attackers, courtesy of number 27, Zoe Atrocious. Meanwhile, all kinds of bodies are hitting the track, making thumps, which I can feel in my feet from here. Both skaters on their scoring pass. Zoe Trocious a bit more advanced. She darts through the hole in the pack with a little left-right motion. She is through. 4 points for the Manic attackers. Manic attackers going to call that one off, ensuring that we have one more jam before we ring the curtain down on the first half of the second bout tonight. They will be sending number 22, Mo Vengeance, to the line in the blue and the yellow. She is going up against number 8 piece. That is Kentucky Fried Carnage in the silver and green of your quad squad.
We'd like to have our Big Lebowski costume contest people come on down to the DJ booth. We need a sweater dude, a robe dude, a Walter, a stranger, and a Maud.
Ooh. Early 80s MTV flashbacks. Meanwhile, another flashback of a different sort. Lead jammer going to the Manic attackers one more time, courtesy of number 22, Mo Vengeance, your lead jammer. Methamphetamine taking a seat in the penalty box for the Manic attackers. That's going to leave a one blocker advantage on the table for the quad squad for the foreseeable future. And game defense provided up in the front of the pack by KY Julie, but not before a grand slam can be thrust upon the board by number 22 of the Manic attackers. Meanwhile, it is a power jam suddenly for the Manic attackers. That means your quad squad cannot score until their jammer is freed from the penalty box, which might not occur in this jam. That's another 5 points for the Manic attackers, courtesy of Mo Vengeance, number 22. Looked like the quad squad is building up a little bit of momentum, trying to be sort of an insurgent or something like that. But Manic attackers call the jam off, and it proves to be a rather point-wise profitable move for them, as that is another grand slam. 5 more points for the Manic attackers. And as soon as I can actually utter the words, it is yet another grand slam for the Manic attackers. Mo Vengeance just gets sick and tired of scoring, calls it. That's going to take us to halftime. Looks like 162-69 is going to be the way it stands.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. Promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
Manic attackers, that is a Theven Tyler. And as if by magic, Theven Tyler out and through. She is your first lead jammer of the second period of the second bout of today's entertainment.
That was a lot of words at once, Norb. I'm very proud of you. Kit Schickers going to the penalty box. Theven Tyler being held behind Lil Misbehavin'. Lil Misbehavin' forcing Theven Tyler into the infield. Bork, 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 Tamikaze, and Ruth and Asia swarming atop KFC. KFC smiling and going back onto the track. Theven Tyler facing off against one blocker at the top of the pack. That is 18-foot Alligator. Has to let her go. 5 more points on the board for Theven Tyler, Norb.
I think everybody now knows that the power jam is off for the Manic attackers. However, Kentucky Fried Carnage having a bit of a rough go trying to get through that pack. Meanwhile, Theven Tyler around on the inside. She is through for yet another 5 points. That's a grand slam, Val Capone.
That is indeed a grand slam. Tamikaze doing a nice job tag teaming with Methamphetamine and Ruth and Asia in the middle of the pack. Bork, 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 and KFC to the infield. Tamikaze once again doing some damage out there as Theven Tyler sneaks up the inside. She picked up 5 more points on that last pass. And it looks like the pivot, Lil Misbehavin', was doing some misbehaving, and it's going to the penalty box.
Quad squad having a dickens of a time, stopping this effusion of grand slams courtesy of Theven Tyler. That is partially due to their constant -1 blocker disadvantage, but some of it is simply Theven Tyler and that most outstanding pack work by the Manic Attackers. Quad Squad now down 2 blockers. That is not going to stanch the bleeding whatsoever. That is yet another grand slam. Val Capone, I don't know if you're counting. But,
I don't count.
I don't count either. That's how I felt all my life. I'm insignificant and puny.
I can always count on you for some good announcing there, Norm.
You can count on
Don't forget to join us tonight at the after party at the Badger Bowl. You can join the dude and go bowling at 506 East Badger Road.
So I just want to say thank you on behalf of the Mad Rollin Dolls to everyone that donated, hopefully $1 or more to the shout-out box. It is closed, but I'm sure if you'd like to bring some money and donate it just because you want to, right? It's the right thing to do. Supports the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. We're going to get through all your shout-outs right now. Zoe Atrocious is lead jammer for the Manic Attackers. But for at least $1 or more, somebody's wanted to say hello to Shredderella and The Blast from Tiger Clutch for showing up to an awesome event. Be ill, or is it B to the ILL? Not quite sure, but I am sure the jam just ended.
And we'd like to thank WORT, Wart Back Porch Radio in Madison. Tune in any time of the day or night to hear great alternative music, news, and public affairs programming.
Back on that jammer line at the all-important 26-minute and 43-second mark of the second period. We have got number 22, Mo Vengeance for the Manic Attackers. And for the first time on the jammer line tonight for the Quad Squad, that is number 313. I think that's Slayhound. However, once again, lead jammerdom falls to the Manic Attackers, courtesy of Mo.
Unfortunately
Vengeance.
for Slayhound, she's going to be going to the penalty box. And it looks like that's for a back block major. So says Elkie Holick, jam ref, representing Windy City Rollers. 5 points up in the air, says Pollywog for Mo Vengeance and the Manic Attackers. And right out, we would like to give a personalized shout out to Snark. Busta Crimes wants you to know she thanks you with all of her derby loving heart for fixing her skate. P.S. You rock.
Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank the Wisco, Willie Street Pub and Grill, and Good Times Emporium. Call it what you like, it's the Wisco, and it's the birthplace of roller derby in Madison.
Well, the Quad Squad have not scored since before the costume contest. However, a bit of good news. Mo Vengeance heading to the penalty box for the Manic Attackers. That means it is a power jam in favor of the Quad Squad.
All right, and we have another shout out. We need some Quad Squad spirit. Also a fighting spirit shout out to the UW Baraboo Sauk County Alumni Association and faculty. If you guys are here from cheer for Slayhound from the UW Baraboo Sauk County Alumni Association and faculty. Nice work from Slayhound.
I believe when all said and done, Slayhound is going to be scoring the first points of the half somewhere in this melee for the Quad Squad, although I'm not guaranteeing that right now. That's just my prediction based on the data sets I have available to me. And she's out and she is through. That is going to be a grand slam for the Quad Squad, courtesy of number 313, Slayhound. I also found out how much it costs to make that scoreboard have a digit other than 1 in the hundreds column. $1,000 extra.
Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank its sponsor, Ultimate Arts Tattoo, the area's finest custom studio. They specialize in doing original artwork for their clients.
The 2-3 to 76-hour news score as we near the 24-minute period of the second half. Back on the jammer line for the umpteenth time. That's number 9 live, Steven Tyler in the blue and the yellow of the visiting Manic Attackers. She is going up against number B52. That is the Sequin Destroyer in the green and the silver of the familiar Quad Squad oligarchy.
And we have 2 tall, lanky pivots out on the track. Number 81, Ruthanasia. Number 1884, that's Roxy Moxie, who is so foxy. Somebody's saying knock the Windy City right out of their soxies. Go Quad Squad. But it looked like this jam went in the favor of Steven Tyler. There goes Roxy Moxie. You are number 1. You show them Windy City girls who's boss. We love you, love J and A.
There was such a veritable tsunami of skaters heading to the penalty box. We were chilled by the breeze. The upshot of that is both teams lose a blocker, but the Quad Squad lose their jammer. It is a power jam, and a grand slam for the Manic Attackers, courtesy of Steven Tyler.
And we'd like to remind everyone to join us in 3 weeks on April 27th at the Exhibition Hall for semifinals. All 4 home teams will be battling to see who gets to battle for the leg on May 11th.
And that power jam is short-lived for the Manic Attackers. A back block sends Steven Tyler to the penalty box. That springs the Quad Squad. The power jam shoe is now on the Quad Squad foot.
And there goes that Sequin Destroyer out of the pack now, fighting her way past Ruth and Asia.
Fight is right. She fought her way through the pack with a 1 blocker disadvantage. 3 blue blockers to 2 green blockers. Knocked out of bounds, has to re-enter to the rear. The referees indicate the pack is in front. Somebody tries some weird martial arts trick. I get confused. And we have got a cut track on Sequin Destroyer. The power jam now goes back to the Manic Attackers with another grand slam for Steven Tyler now.
And unfortunately, a cut track also being charged to Roxy Moxie. Steven Tyler out once again with 5 more points. I just want to say a special shout out from me personally to the 2 little dudes up there in the balcony or at the end of the first section. It looks like they're big fans of Alice in Chains. They've been dancing and holding up signs the entire game. My props to those kids and also their family for all the sugar they provided them to have the energy. Nice work, guys.
We would also like to thank Super Duper. They offer digital offset letterpress and hand silk screen printing, and they specialize in CD and DVD packaging and manufacturing.
And it looks like we have a timeout of an official nature.
All right, so let's go for one of these shout outs I got here. I got a few of them left. This one, I'd like some crowd participation. We have a birthday in the house for a Brandy. So if you guys can join me in singing happy birthday to Brandy. Is Brandy still here? Where's Brandy? Are you already on your hot date? Because his shout out says, happy birthday, Brandy. Enjoy the girls' night out. It will be more fun than the hot date later. Yowza. Looks like she may have already gone on that hot date. So happy birthday to any Brandies that may be here. Anyone that's ever drank Brandy, or anyone also named Randy, just cuz.
Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be.
What a good jammer she would be.
But my love is my lady. We've got number 27, Zoe Trocious, taking the jammer line by herself for the Manic Attackers, who are, in case you have been hit on the head by falling debris and have forgotten the color scheme, she's wearing blue and yellow. That means she is a Manic Attacker.
All right, it looks like we had a clarification of penalties. 1884, Roxy Moxie did leave the penalty box early, so she's going to, unfortunately, be serving another minute in the sin bin, in addition to her first minute. We do have a lead jammer. It is Zoe Trocious.
Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank The Onion, America's finest news source, supporting women on wheels since the Inquisition.
And a failure to return major being charged to Lil Misbehavin'. And that's She Biscuit, number 409, getting a major for a track cut.
Unfortunately, the penalty trackers are going to say, giddy up, 409. Go back whence you came. There is no spots at the in the left for you. She's going to have to serve out her minute when a spot opens up for her. One of those ever-comfortable folding chairs. The good news for the Quad Squad is that a Sequin Destroyer, the jammer, has now re-engaged the pack and is now out of the pack. She is on her scoring pass. The bad news is that plenty of points being scored the other way, including 4 more for the Manic Attackers, courtesy of Zoe Trocious.
We would like to thank Paradigm Gardens, innovative purveyors of progressive gardening products, and the Paradise Lounge. They're a neighborhood bar downtown. Come enjoy great drinks and even better food.
And as we dip under the 20-minute mark of the second period.
All right, so we got, that's number 22, Mo Vengeance, facing off against 18-foot Alligator. I got a nice little love letter for Alligator here. Go Alligator, we love you, and I couldn't agree more. Mo Vengeance out for lead jammer for the Manic Attackers. And it looks like a track cut major is being charged to Funkadelic, number 67, blue for the Manic Attackers. And another penalty being assessed. It looks like it was charged to M80 of the Quad Squad. Alligator, unfortunately, going to the penalty box. It's going to be a power jam, Reverend Norb.
I tell you, Seabiscuit was just trying to chase down Mo Vengeance, and she was just getting bopped around by the Manic Attackers. Kind of a rough go if you're trying to get back in the game and you've got no jammer and only 2 blockers. Meanwhile, another grand slam for the Manic Attackers, courtesy of number 22, Mo Vengeance. No pack being called, which is not surprising given the fact that there's barely enough skaters on there to constitute a pack. Another grand slam tallied in the ledger of the Manic Attackers. 2-on-2 pack.
Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank Nutsy Mutts and Crazy Cats, Naturally Fun Pet Products, locations at 330 West Lakeside Street and 555 South Midvale. The funkiest finds for your furry 4-legged friend.
Ada Hatelace and Allison Chains are the lone blockers out there for the Manic Attackers. Allison Chains cheering section, of course. Very happy to see her out on the track. Mo Vengeance jamming for the Manic Attackers gets forced out by Roxy Moxie 1884 as Alligator trips up the inside, getting clipped by Funkadelic.
Mo Vengeance is one of the least enthusiastic jam calls off I've ever seen. That's
We would
cool.
like to thank Plan B, Madison's favorite gay bar and dance club. Be out, be proud, just be. And the Roman Candle Pizzeria. Roman Candle is a place where family, friends, and neighbors can gather for good times and even better pizza.
On the jammer line right now for your Quad Squad, that is B-52 Sequin Destroyer. People coming off the track, confusion times being called.
All right, it looks like we're going to have an official timeout. So at this point, I'm going to do one of our last shout outs. Again, thank you so much for all your, well, we're going to wrap things up. I'll get to it in just a moment.
And that timeout was brought to you by Integrated Sport and Spine. See the fabulous doctors here at the bout. Integrated Sport and Spine. We take the ouch out of your day.
Ouch. Steven Tyler out for lead jammer. And again, every dollar that was raised for the shout out box is going to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. So thank you so much for supporting the community that supports you, Mad Rollin Doll fans. Steven Tyler calls a jam after picking up 5 more points.
Don't forget tonight's after party is at the Badger Bowl. Come bowl with the dolls. The Badger Bowl on Badger Avenue.
And the Quad Squad right now on the track having a little dance party, trying to get the after party started early with the Manic Attackers, showing them exactly why somebody would have donated some money to say, "We love you, Quad Squad," because they sure did.
Alligator really can't shake a tail feather, can she?
No, but she can shake a tail spike.
Or a tail scale, perhaps. Meanwhile, Zoe Trocious has neither a tail nor a feather, but she is around and through. She is the lead jammer, and not only that, but she's scored 4 points and called things off, much to the chagrin of Alligator.
We would like to thank John Rogers, MD, the orthopedic offices of John Rogerson and John L. Wackwitz. Provide state-of-the-art comprehensive orthopedic care of the shoulder, hip, and knee while treating each patient like a family member. For more information, please visit their website, www.orthoteam.com. We provide state-of-the-art comprehensive orthopedic care for the shoulder, hip, and knee and sports medicine injuries.
On and off the jammer line for your Manic Attackers, Val, is number 22, Mo Vengeance.
Mo Vengeance picking up lead jammer for the Manic Attackers in blue and yellow from the city of Chicago, Illinois.
And for your Quad Squad, that's number 1884 in the green and the silver. Bodies flying, skating out of bounds. Oh, Mo Vengeance being sent to the penalty box. That's going to be a power jam for Roxy Moxie and the Quad Squad.
Yeah, Mo Vengeance got charged with a skating out of bounds major, assessed by Dude Bro.
So Roxy Moxie now on her scoring pass. And thus she shall begin to accrue points as she begins to pass the blue people. If you didn't pick up on that yet.
We'd like to thank Just Coffee, bike-delivered fair trade organic coffee roasted in Madison. Go to the Team Unicorn table for some amazing Just Coffee blends crafted especially for Team Unicorn.
Roxy Moxie with 1 and now 2 grand slams for your quad squad.
And a back block major being assessed to M80 Thrill Show, who really didn't seem to mind because she was putting on a good show for the quad squad fans trying to break up that blue wall. Mo Vengeance out of the box and out of the pack, picking up 4 more points.
Roxy Moxie fighting her way through the blue people for another grand slam as indicated.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Cody Salon. Cody Haircuts for Humans. You might just get your hair cut by Sprout at 2039 Winnebago Street.
And the quad squad almost hit the century mark, but that point was redacted. It is now 283 to 99, like Luft balloons. On the jammer line for the quad squad, number B52, that is the Sequin Destroyer. She is going up against number 9 Lives for the Manic Attackers. That is Thievin Tyler.
Would you say with the way that Thievin Tyler's been playing tonight, she is an American Idol of sorts?
That didn't even register with me. Lead jammer goes to Thievin Tyler.
Oh, that's crazy.
She's really moving out. I can go back. I do first album Aerosmith, puns.
She's picking up points like she's picking up toys in the attic.
It's like she got her wings. And meanwhile, the quad squad about ready to send out an SOS. However, they might just decide to chip away the stone and continue on. Anyway, that's a grand slam for Thievin Tyler and the Manic Attackers. Meanwhile, Quad Squad and Manic Attackers mixing it up. Quad Squad maintaining secure control of the front of the pack, but not for long, as it is yet another grand slam. 5 more points for Thievin Tyler and the Manic Attackers as she calls it off, possibly simply from
We'd like to thank Rude Chicks T-shirts for cool chicks and babies with attitude. They like it, Derby.
So I hear the after party is at a bowling alley tonight, right? Badger Bowl, to go with the big Lebowski theme. Is anybody that's here gonna meet us at the Badger Bowl and do a little bowling tonight?
Anybody going to the Badger Bowl to throw rocks with the dolls after the bout?
Val, I heard it's cleaner than the Fireside Bowl.
Oh, that is impossible to believe, sir.
I realize that. That's a bastion of sterility. Anyway, number 27, Zoe Trocious. She is out of that pack. She is the lead jammer, and she is a visitor from the great state of Illinois.
That's a true story if I ever heard one. Facing off a big green wall. Nice work by Thrill Show and Little Miss Behavin'. And She Biscuit trying to put the hurt on as Zoe Trocious. Zoe Trocious, I don't know if you know this, but she lives in the Matrix, and she's actually made out of rubber.
That's a dangerous combination. Meanwhile, Sequin Destroyer for your quad squad. She is out on her scoring pass. Zoe Trocious getting knocked this way and that. She's driven to the inside. Her trajectory is taking her in a most unfortunate direction. She calls it after scoring 3 points to 3 for the quad squad.
We would like to thank Rose Law. Attorney Sharon R. McCullough at Rose Law SC is a solo practitioner here to serve all your legal needs. Contact her to receive a free consultation via email at roselawsc@gmail.com.
And bashing around, we have got number 1884, Roxy Moxie. She is unceremoniously deposited between turns 1 and 4. Jammer for the Manic Attackers is trying to cleave her way through the pack like a diamond cutter or something. She is meeting staunch resistance from face-blocking Alligator. That's number 22. That's Mo Vengeance. Unfortunately for your quad squad, Roxy Moxie taking a seat in the penalty box. It is a power jam for the attackers, or the Manics rather.
The Manics who attack, the Manic Attackers. Mo Vengeance getting lead jammer for the Windy City Rollers own Manic Attackers.
If you look at that scoreboard, it's a 1-point game. The crowd will be roused to excitement. Alligator put some tail into that one. And Mo Vengeance required to skate around to the back. However, Alligator being sent to the penalty box for that one.
Tamikaze and Normally Right taking a bit of a tumble at the back of the pack. Tamikaze shaking it off as she gets back up to meet up with her teammate, Allison Chains. Methamphetamine also rejoining the fray. Meanwhile, unfortunately, the jammer for the quad squad sitting in the penalty box as Mo Vengeance faces off against the last blocker at the top of the pack.
Kit Schickers chases for as long as she can. She cannot stop one more Grand Slam from being tallied up.
The Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank the Shoebox in Black Earth, Wisconsin, one of the largest independent shoe stores in the USA, representing over 100 shoe companies.
Zoe Trocious wearing number 27, taking the jammer line once again for the Manic Attackers. Manic Attackers at full strength. Quad squad down to one blocker and, of course, the big bugaboo, one jammer. And that means lead jammer once again goes to number 27. Stop me if you heard this before. That's Zoe Trocious and the Manic Attackers.
Zoe Trocious tiptoeing away up through the top of the pack, gets out. Picking up 5 more points for the Manic Attackers. Nice work by Roxy Moxie, fighting her way through the pack.
She fought her way through. She was on her scoring pass. However, she could not reach the tail end of that pack before the jam got called off. After 4 more points were tabulated, courtesy of Zoe Trocious.
And the Mad Rollin Dolls would like to thank the Shamrock Bar, 117 West Main in downtown Madison, a longtime Derby sponsor and host of some of our after parties.
Steven Tyler facing off against Sequin Destroyer. I believe for the first time in a while, Norb, the penalty box is actually 100% empty.
Maybe we should dust it for prints or something while there's nobody in there. And peeking through and out, lead jammer goes once again to the Manic Attackers, courtesy of number 9, Steven Tyler.
Out of the pack now is Sequin Destroyer. Steven Tyler decides to call the jam.
And we have one final shout out and one final dollar for the boys and girls club. Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a secret one that I've been holding because it's my favorite one so far.
I was holding mine because it's going to embarrass my the woman who's had the pleasure of standing. I've had her, it's been my pleasure to stand at her left. I don't know if it's been her pleasure to stand at my right or not. That's her decision. To my dearest Valphones, I'll always be juicy for you. Heart sign.
Thank you, Juicy. Thanks for donating money to charity to tell me you love me. Mo Vengeance loves getting lead jammer. She just did right now for the Manic Attackers.
She is going up against number 30 years. That is Hops Scotch. I don't believe we have seen her jamming yet tonight. And she is on her scoring pass, but once again, the wily jammers for the Manic Attackers call off that jam before she can actually score points.
So I did save one shout out because I thought this one was pretty excellent, Norb. I'm gonna read it now. We got about just under 5.5 minutes of gameplay left between these two teams. Zoe Trocious is gonna be taking on Alligator. But I'd like to read you a shout out haiku.
I'd like to listen with rapt attention.
Roller derby rocks. It can make a straight girl gay. And that is okay.
Don't it make my brown eyes blue.
Just saying, folks, just saying. 575, ain't no lies.
That's the amazing transformative power of roller derby. None can deny it. Lead jammer for the Manic Attackers, number 27, Zoe Trocious. Meanwhile, Alligator taking his seat because of a back block for the Quad Squad. It is now a power jam for the Manic Attackers. That's bad news for you, Quad Squad fans. Unless you bet on the other team in a way to somehow recoup some of your emotional losses. That's another grand slam for the Manic Attackers. 5 more points, courtesy of number 27, Zoe Trocious.
And it's going to be a cut track called on a Kit Schickers. All 8 going in the penalty box, unfortunately, for the Quad Squad. KFC being trapped behind Ruth and Asia's dead stop maneuvers.
KFC's got some pretty muscular legs.
Those are some pretty sweet tights, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, they're tights? She must be related to Slim Goodbody from the Captain Kangaroo shows in the 70s. Meanwhile, Sequin Destroyer is saying, I am here. I have knocked out that person. They must re-enter behind me or pay the supreme penalty. Said person happens to be Zoe Trocious, so that's a rather effective strategy on mitigating point scoring.
And Tamikaze's going to the penalty box for an out-of-play call as she tried to block Alligator, who was clearly out of the engagement zone. Zoe Trocious calls it after picking up 5 more points. We have time for a couple more jams. Let's see who's going to line up for the Manics. Well, it looks like here's Steven Tyler again. I thought she was done jamming for the night. I thought maybe they'd try her out blocking in the pack. Thought maybe she took a permanent vacation from jamming for at least the rest of this bout. But it looks like I was wrong, my friend.
I think it's all done with mirrors, Val Capone. I thought she was a brand new jammer. Also, I don't know who ironed Bork's, letters on the back of her jersey, but she's been shedding them throughout the bout. She just says orc.
She's been blocking so hard, she lost a full name and multiple letters.
She lost a Bork and 2 B's. I think that's some sort of a sub at one of those places down on Washington Street. But anyway, lead jammer goes to the Manic Attackers. It's called off. 4 more points. Lather, rinse, repeat.
All right, so we got Lolo Bones facing off against Mo Vengeance. And Alligator is saying, hey, y'all, I want to dance with somebody. Let's get out here and get this jam underway. We got 2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the period clock. Time for a few more.
I do not believe we have seen Lolo Bones jamming yet tonight. Number U812. We did, of course, comment on her jersey. And, around and on through. A lead jammer goes to the Manic Attackers, courtesy of number 22. That's Mo Vengeance.
And there's almost exactly the same amount of time on the period clock as there is on the jam clock, actually, Norb. But let's not forget that even though the period clock may cease to run, the jam clock is going to be the indicator of when this game is actually over.
You mean there might be a 1 second differential between the time that people think that the game's going to be over and the time it actually is?
Yes, sir. That is what I meant. A 1 second differential.
Maybe that's like that leap second that they add at the century marks. In any event, the big green monster of a Fenway Park sort at the front of the pack for the Quad Squad. Big blue monster of a non-Fenway Park sort at the back of the pack for the Manic Attackers. And they do keep the Quad Squad off the board, and they're going to score some more points. And we're going to have one more jam, I bet.
Yes, we are. We're going to have a rookie for the Manic Attackers. She was a transfer from the Chicago outfit. We are very happy to have her on the Windy City Rollers. Number 13, Gulita, will be jamming for the Manic Attackers in this, our last jam of the night, Norb.
I like that name, Gulita. It reminds me of a goulash-flavored margarita. And why wouldn't that be good? She will be going up against number 1884, Roxy Moxie, in the green and the silver of your Quad Squad, who are not destined to take home a victory tonight. However, they are destined to take on lead jammer. For lead jammer goes to Roxy Moxie of the Quad Squad.
Oh, unfortunately for Gulita, she thought she was going to the penalty box, but now
And we have got some direction of play majors, because they don't have minors anymore, being called on methamphetamine. That is going to spring Roxy Moxie, who's going to score 4 points on that pass. There's your Thievin Tyler doing a little pack work and blocking. However, that cannot keep the quad squad off the board. They are going to get 5 last points. Call that son of a gun off. And there's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so I could be mistaken, but I do believe the Manics come out the victors on this one. 114 for the quad squad. 355 for the Manic Attackers looks to be your final. Feel free to come on down and say hello to the ladies trackside. Each and every girl deserves a high five from you because they have worked so hard to skate for you tonight.
Well, he's jacked up. You're Val Capone, and I'm Reverend Norb. That's about the way it is.
Baby.